All right, so green-white midrange. To start off, there's probably a lot of new people in here that dropped in from Savita's chat. So this deck, to start, is a viewer-submitted deck list. So a lot of what I do on this channel is people submit a deck list through my queue that's linked on my website, and then we start card for card with the deck that they've put in, and then we kind of change as we go throughout the thing. So I always play at least one match with what they've submitted unless there's a super glaring issue, and then we kind of make suggestions and changes from there. I think someone asked, why are we playing Revitalize? I think that seems a little bit bad. That might be one thing I change before we get started here. This card doesn't seem like it makes a whole lot of sense here. I think I might just swap this with, what's the 2/2? Either a Danto, Vanguard, or... Do I want a Danto or do I want Thorn Lieutenant? Kind of like Thorn Lieutenant. It's very, very minor change. Don't you want Llanowar Elves? I don't know. So, like, one of the things about this deck, if you look at the curve here, we don't have a ton of 3s. And, like, the only way you're playing these double white 3s on 2 is if you lead on Temple Garden on 1. So, I think I like Druid of the Cowl because it's able to attack and block profitably in a lot of more situations. So, I'm not going to change that. I think that seems like a reasonable consideration. I have a lot of concerns about Artifact and how it could be successful or not, and none of them are related to the pay model. I guess some of them are related to the pay model. Having a second, I don't mind it not being free to play, but having a secondary market for card games kind of sucks in a lot of ways. Having to play finance games to get Magic cards and paper on Magic Online feels really bad. I have not streamed with the Spicy Tuna deck at all. That's something that one of my buddies put together and that I was dorking around with off stream. Hey, Popsicle, thank you very much for the Prime support. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch. Thanks for supporting mine this month with your Bezo bucks. I'm gonna sit down for at least the start of this next league. Enjoy the ride, chat. The fifth card solution right now is shitty. They know it's shitty. They've said that they're going to change it. They haven't given us a timeline on it, which is kind of annoying, but they know it's an issue. How competitive do you think Rainbow Lich is? I think it's more cute than good. I think if you knew you were going to play against green-black every single round, the Rainbow Lich deck is fine, but I think in a format that has more than just green-black in it, it's not a very good choice. My views changed a lot on that, Z. In fact, I think one of the reasons Hex was unsuccessful was because they let their secondary market ruin the cost of their game. Like, it was stupid that Hex decks cost $200 and $300. Just, like, straight up one of the worst things about it. It kept a lot of people out of playing an otherwise very good card game. Alright, need some green mana. Well, here's currently how the fifth card system works. Read there. It's explained online. Kumetra Speaker. Man, I hadn't played against any starter decks at all in the ladder. I think this is the second one we played against tonight. Yeah, I was really hyped for Artifact, and then, like, the longer Valve, like, completely botched their open beta timeline. Like, talking to people that were in the closed beta, the Artifact was supposed to go into open beta October 12th, which was, like, you know, a month ago at this point. So, like, they're behind on their timelines in true Valve fashion. This is an aggressive start here. I think I want to just History of Benalia here. I think Merfolk's going to be a very playable tribe once we get Breeding Pool. I think the mana's probably a little bit not good enough now, but like one good Trixie utility card out of the next Rav set in Simic, and then like better mana, and the Merfolk deck's probably very reasonable. Love risky political Jeff. Can I put this towards 4 colors to Healy? Definitely, Oms. Thanks for the support. All right, so after making fun of the Merfolk, we're actually losing this race, right? So I think I need to Conclave Tribunal here and take one of their lords. Wait, they like missed their land drop on 2 and are now running us over. Turns out 2 mana lords are really good. Yeah, we're supposed to be getting, they posted a thing that we're supposed to be getting direct challenge in the update on the 15th, so a week from now. The attack with this, I'm gonna go ahead and trade here. I've got some good top end bombs in my hand here, and just like getting the board clean favors me, I think. They had a dive down there, might have been a little bit sad, but smash. Probably safe at this point with the Shalai draw. I think there's a lot of people that care about direct challenge. Like, I know as a content producer, I'm excited to have access to direct challenge because I want to make some content with other content producers using Arena. People that want to use Arena as a testing platform to prepare for paper Magic tournaments care about direct challenge because they'd like to be able to challenge people that they know are other good Magic players. Arena lets you play games of Magic very quickly, so it'll be a very good testing tool for 2 people that know what's going on. All right, they're just like beating me down, right? So it's like want all my Doomblades. It's like all my removal get in my deck. That was my only Conclave Tribunal in my main. That was lucky. Yeah, let's trim some of this top end here. Tristani's actually probably pretty good here. She makes my board go a little bit bigger. Probably want to trim Ajani because they're likely not killing my 2-drops. I had Settle the Wreckage too in the main deck. This card's very good here. I don't think I want these other ones. Just run it. You know, I just realized, chat, I just went to reach for my shuffling deck to like shuffle some cards while I went sitting here at this waiting screen. I don't have a shuffling deck at my upstairs computer and it's really tilting. Hey, Toast Recon, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that, welcome. Thanks for keeping me employed here. Will you do donations, submitted challenges once you want versus you once it's implemented? I don't know. Coordinating challenges with viewers sounds like it would take a lot of time. And I don't know what I would have to charge to make it worthwhile because downtime while I'm streaming loses me viewers, so it costs me money. We could just get run over here. Double history is kind of hard to pass up. I'm just here. Our latest batch of emotes have been quite fantastic. My emote guy's done a really good job with it. Really very happy with them. The thin emote especially turned out better than I could have ever imagined. That is actually the best draw in my deck. Just like a 2-mana spell so I can curve 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the Streamlabs did a great job with the on-screen alerts. They're very good at what they do. We're gonna teach our opponent a history lesson this game, chat. Yeah, I had one that had the full smart in it, but it was just a little bit too small as far as the text go. More than 4 letters across tend to get lost in the emote size. And SMRT is a good Simpsons reference. You're not wrong. Sweet, and then Flower Flourish. This I've really been impressed with Flower Flourish in these green-white decks. This is basically a utility land. So Flower gets us a basic, so it's basically a tapped land, and then Flourish gives us an Anthem effect in the late game, obviously. So they're gonna go kind of wide here with their Deep Root Waters, but Triple History is probably gonna go even wider than that. I don't see the hype. I played Hearthstone on Gwent, and the ability to challenge their friends was rarely or ever used. Ah, the classic, I don't use it, so thus it's not useful. One of the great things about card games, and especially Magic, is that these card games are different things to different people. It's just like, I've never personally played Commander. Maybe like I play thousands of matches of Magic a year, and 1 or 2 Commander when I have a deck pushed in front. It doesn't mean Commander's bad, though. I'm not going to say Commander's not popular or not useful. Like, that would just be silly of me to say. There's nothing wrong with other people enjoying Magic or card game in a way that's different than you. Wanted to say, I'm new to your stream and really enjoy you speaking your minds and the information you go through your plays. Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for dropping in here tonight. Thanks for being part of our little slice of the internet. So I would not be surprised to see them trade with my Tutu here, since the History of Benalia is looming over. Yeah, I like that trade on their part. Makes a lot of sense. In what circumstance would I ever consider playing one of my Shalais in between these histories? If my opponent had white mana in their deck and I was worried about them potentially hitting me with a Settle the Wreckage, perhaps. This is a very aggressive attack. I think I'm just taking the hit here since I have Settle the Wreckage. The deck's really good, Rick. I like it a lot. Lordy, chat. All right, so I get to attack them for 8 here. And then I think I just, like, can't beat a counterspell, right? So I just, like, plan to play the Settle the Wreckage next turn. My body is also ready for Spell Pierce. I'm pretty sure the play to win line is just jam Settle, though, right? Thumb 300, thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. Welcome. So keeping me employed here this month with your Bezo bucks. We're up a game, right? This Merfolk deck's been really impressive, if I'm being honest, though. I'm really excited to get I think these tribes from Ixalan that don't currently have shocklands, Merfolk, vampires, and dinosaurs, are going to be really sweet once they have good mana with the next Rav set. Hope the auto tap releases of the game. Alright, so they're down to 12 here. I think I just pass and I'm just 5 cards in hand, incredibly unlucky with no plays, opponent. Nothing to see here. Please attack with all. Rats, they sniffed it out. Still a settle turn. Not using my mana. Okie doke. And this is an attack for 12 here. This is not a small attack, so we're still at 9. Don't mind me. I wonder if I'm supposed to play Shalai here, because if I played Shalai, she would be lethal in the air with an untapped land next turn with her Anthem effect. Watch them just, like, upheaval me. That 6 mana return all permanents to their hand. That's actually a reason to play Shalai, right? That card that bounces all permanents target opponent controls. Holy crap! Holy crap. Well, that just happened. That was, that's a standard legal Magic the Gathering card. All right, we learned why we're supposed to put Shalai into play, chat. We learned there were many reasons to play Shalai there, including selective snare. Mistakes were made. Thankfully, chat, this is a no justice stream, so we're destined to win. Found it. Boop, boop. Got him. Got him. I was actually kind of impressed with the Merfolk deck there. I know we ended up winning overall, but like triple history was kind of obscene, right? Like triple history is very good. How are we doing tonight, folks? Welcome. I'm gonna restart Arena here really quick because it's starting to lag, so I'll show while we do that. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I'm a full-time streamer and content producer here on Twitch. I play nothing but constructed Magic on this channel, pretty much. We play a ton of Standard here on Magic Arena. We also play some Modern on Magic Online. If you find yourself enjoying my content, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. I love what I do, but I wouldn't be here day in and day out without the support of my wonderful subs, the folks that keep me employed. Past subscribing, you can also support my content by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Lisa would like to get you on your way to a better night's sleep. Christy and I have been sleeping with Lisa for the last 4 months now, and we really love it. I don't think we'd ever go back. Traditional pillow top mattress. You can save $160 or more on your new mattress with them by checking out links bit.ly/ShugelBedUS and bit.ly/ShugelBedCA. Are you someone who thinks you always find the best lines while playing Magic the Gathering? Why don't you put your skills to the test? Head on over to PossibilityStorm.com. They do all sorts of wonderful Magic puzzles. They post new ones every week, and there's over 80 up there as well. CoolStuffInc.com buys and sells a lot of cool stuff, including TCG singles. Using promo code Jeff5, you can save 5% on Magic, Pokemon, Warhammer, and Yu-Gi-Oh cards with them. And of course, BCW Supplies love to help you protect your very valuable Magic the Gathering cards and other gaming stuff. Using code Jeff10, you can save 10% on sleeves, deck box, and all sorts of other wonderful gaming accessories at BCWSupplies.com. Look at that. Look at that. Did Arena not pop back up? There we go. All right. It's alive and well. We're queuing into a match. The shilling lined up perfectly. Hope everyone's having a good Wednesday night wherever you're at in the world. Would you hold off on opening the vault in case WotC increases their rewards in the future? I believe they said whatever their fix for the 5th card issue is going to be retroactive. The shilling is not pre-recorded. In fact, if you noticed, I fumbled there in the middle while I was reloading Magic Online in the background, or Magic Arena in the background. I don't like to pre-record the shilling because sometimes people subscribe mid-shill, and I like to stop the shill for a second and acknowledge their wonderful subscription. We are on the play. Need a perfect. That's a green source. It's like a tapped green source on 2, but it's definitely better than missing. Definitely better than missing. I would like this forest, please. Main deck Carnage, probably good against the Steam Vent deck. They could be the Drake stack. Okay, maybe Grixis control. Definitely Grixis control. Poor Barney T. He is not long for this world, chat. Good night, my sweet prince. Bye-bye. Really? We lost an angel. Okay, they must have... This must mean... Excuse me. This must mean that they have a... that was a good draw. This must mean... that they have either disinformation campaign and they think they're going to grind this out before they get there, or they have another thought erasure. Yeah, disinformation campaign makes a lot of sense. I'm actually going to go ahead and bin Big Dumb Dino here, just like expecting that they're going to grind us out before we get there. Thanks for watching, Nitsude. And that's a good comment. I didn't plug my YouTube channel in there a hot second ago. So everything that I stream on this channel, if you see me tweet a sweet deck, or you see me, I have a sweet deck name in my stream title and you can't catch it live here on Twitch, basically every bit of Magic that I stream here live goes to my YouTube channel after the fact, and I cut up all of the videos on my YouTube channel by deck, so you can watch just the matches that you care about there. Speaking of, I should get the video from before this one uploading. Well, that was good for us. Okay, so the fact that they spent a piece of spot removal on the Angel means that they're less likely to have a sweeper, so I want to play my extra threat out here. History of Benalia is very, very good. It's one of the cards that ties together these white aggressive decks by a lot. If you're looking for a good white aggressive deck in this format, the white splash red aggressive deck is probably the best one we've played so far. The Pirates deck is a lot of fun. If you've been into the Pirates deck, my article posted on Cool Stuffing today, you can check that out as a full primer for Pirates. If you haven't seen my Pirates deck before, you can find it in my primer, and you can also find it on my website. If you're looking for lots of sweet standard decks to play, my website's a great place to find those. You can find not only my current deck list for standard deck lists on my website, but also videos of me playing them if you want to get some tips on sequencing decisions and things like that. Yeah, opponents should work on drawing Ritualist Set. It's probably good for their health. I just play what I'm paid to play, pause. So basically the people that send me donations or cheers or subscribe to my content, they pick what we play. So I very rarely am picking decks that we play. Occasionally when I'm going to a tournament, I'll play whatever we're going to the tournament, but like when we play a deck a bunch of times in a row, that just means that there's somebody that's contributing that really wants to see it played more and more. All right, I would kind of like an untapped land here. So now they have to block Thorn Lieutenant because otherwise it's lethal. Just like Edict You. Yeah, it's great. The fact that like you don't have to be like glued to PT coverage this weekend, like speculating on what magic cards you need to buy because you don't want to like have to buy $1,000 deck of, you don't want to like have to spend $200 extra because you bought into a deck late. The MTG finance market just sucks. I cannot believe we won that game. What on God's green earth was going on in our opponent's hand that was a game of Magic that we just won? What could possibly have been occurring on the other side of the table that is what just happened there? All right, so Tristani is definitely a card that I'm interested in because it's a card that creates multiple bodies in one. Not interested in Settle the Wreckage. Conclave Tribunal, I probably am okay keeping. Do I want more Tribunals? Do I want more Tribunals? I don't know if Tribunal is better than any other cards in my deck. I kind of like everything I have in my deck right now. They played Nicol Bolas. Nicol Bolas was a red card. Do I want to fit in more cut Vivien? Vivien is absurd in matchups like this. Vivien is a constant stream of additional card advantage, and she mows down flying creatures like their Doom Whisperer. Kind of want one more. Speaking of Doom Whisperer, I kind of want more Conclave Tribunal because of that card. I don't know. I think the Druid's really good with like Ajani and stuff like that. I've got a lot of 4s and 5s. Yeah. Yep. If you ever thought to yourself, man, I really wish I could listen to the girly, bad pop punk music that Jeff likes to listen to while he's streaming, just click on that Pandora station. You'll get the full Jeff Hoagland music experience. Brick House. Thank you very much for the very generous tier 2 sub. I appreciate that. My tier 2 subs support me a little bit extra, so you can pick a deck in the queue this month to bump up with that. I appreciate that. Tier 2 subs get 10 points to pump into the queue every time they renew. Arena is just more fun to play than Magic Online. It just is. It's an actual video game. I think I just do this. Maybe I'm supposed to play the Druid because it gives me Vivien next turn. I feel like regardless of what I cast this turn, it's getting countered. Yep, yeah, just send me a Whisper Brick House. Reid. I think it's Ajani. Can't really defend him at the moment. And I'm gonna get the Druid down here, so that way if we draw a land, we can jam Vivien and kill this Nick next turn. All right. Yeah, weird brick house. At some point, they are changing it. I believe they said it's not going to start till January though, where your sub streak is going to continue through year to year. It's not going to be a streak anymore. It's just going to be a how long you've subbed in general to a channel, which is a good change, I think. Do I have the music turned off up here? I do have the music low. Do we want the music on? I don't remember why I turned that off. Do we want the arena music on? Is that annoying? Sorry, just different computers. I don't know why all this is down low. If arena gets too loud there, I think the music's good too. I'm gonna put it on. Sorry if you don't want it on. It's just good generic background noise. It just is. Yeah, it isn't overwhelming. It's good and it's subtle. If it's too loud in relation to my voice on the stream now, let me know. Sorry, I thought it was on. I don't have my headphones on right now, so I can't tell if it's on or not. When I stream in the evenings up here, I go live like 25 minutes after I put the kids to bed, so I need to be able to hear if they crawl out of their beds and poke out. They're a little loud now. Okay, I'll pull them down. Well, Vivien plus Big Dumb Dino. Probably gonna overpower them. Because Vivien draws more Big Dumb Dinos, chat. She's great. I was gonna say cages. When they were in cribs with the sides up, we always referred to them as cages. Oh no, not my Druid of the Cowl. How will I ever win the game now?
Meet my newest friend.
Big Dumb Dino smashing down your door. Do 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 do. They could have thought we were tokens, that's true. Vivien's definitely come into her own in this format, it feels like. Let's take a look at what's going on here. Take a peek. Am I still happy with what we're doing? I think I am. Seems reasonable. 3 Ajani might be a touch high. I'm gonna bring another Conclave Tribunal into the main deck. I think I'm gonna throw a third Dumb Dino in the board. I really like this card's just so good. It's just so good at beating the things it beats. Like really just puts the pressure on them to have their very specific answers in a very short time frame. Hey, Rolk. Thanks for re-upping for the 19th month in a row. Welcome back. Have you read Big Dumb Dino's flavor text? I don't think I have. Sand looks fine. All right, next time we draw Big Dumb Dino, we'll pull up the flavor text on screen for everybody. Arena does have flavor text. You have to right-click on the cards. If you right-click on the card, do none of my cards have flavor text on them? If you right-click, the flavor text comes up. Justice. This is a no justice stream, opponent. You can't have justice strike around here. To the Sun Empire, any place where the daylight brightens the jungle floor is sacred ground. I'm just going to concede here. They're obviously playing Jeskai control. We've got nothing going on. I will take my extra dino, please. Sure, my flower flourish. I probably are not going to have enough creatures to kick that too often, and just like 27 lands is a lot. Yeah, the fact that it doesn't show your current total in that deck presentation screen is really annoying. That's my #1 want for Arena, is probably fixing that, ideally. Yeah, I guess this is fine. Honestly, I think the deck builder's close. It really just needs adjustable panels. If I could just drag to resize the panels, I'd be pretty happy with it. All right, Big Dumb Dino. The Sun Empire commanders are well versed in advanced material strategies. Still, the correct maneuver is usually to deploy the giant impeccable Death Lizard. That really is apt flavor text. That really is apt flavor text. What was I gonna say? My other complaint about the deck editor, and this isn't even about the interface itself, is I really wish we could import from generic text lists. The fact that you have to import from this very arena-specific formatting is super annoying and dumb. I'm just gonna take their search for Azcanto off the table here. So I could play Vivien and try and do that, but I think they have a negate or a disdainful stroke here, and I'd rather they counter this than my Vivien. Yeah, there's websites that can convert it. Like, I use Stream Decker to convert it, or Arena Pro, or MTG Goldfish, but it's still annoying. I should be able to just grab a generic text list from anywhere and import it. The stupid proprietary format is very tedious. Do you see how long my opponent paused when I cast that Conclave Tribunal? They definitely have an interrupt here. There's my Big Dumb Dino. Let's go. And now the Big Dumb Dino can't be counterspelled, so this puts the onus on my opponent to be able to interact with my board. So now they'll tap out to interact with my Carnage Tyrant, and then I'll slam Vivien afterwards. So even if they sweep the board here, Vivien then gets to come down. Nice interrupt. Man, look at that. Draw a card, gain 7 life? Is this card constructed playable? That doesn't seem constructed playable, chat. Draw a card, gain 7 life. Yeah, my preferred iteration of Jeskai Control is the one listed on my website. The goal of the decks on my website is to easily have my preferred versions of archetypes easily accessible to folks. The untap 2 lands. It did draw a card, gain 7, untap 2 lands. That's fair. That's fair. So again, just like, there's no reason for me to jam a Vivien into the counterspell that they're representing, because I'm ahead on board. They're going to need to spend their mana to interact with my board, and when they spend their mana to interact with my board, I'm going to slam my Planeswalker down their throat and start drawing cards with it. Oh, no Cleansing Nova. It's unfortunate for you. I would like to attack with these two. Settle my Wreckage, baby. So I didn't activate Thorn Lieutenant to threaten lethal there, because if I activated the Thorn Lieutenant, they're then more incentivized to settle me, and I'm kind of okay with just putting them to 2 here. So I've been talking about intentionally playing around their counterspells all this time. That being said, I think it's correct to play into a counterspell this turn, because if I don't play into a counterspell, they get a free reign to just like play their draw 2 or an explosion. If they have a Disdainful Stroke, I think I'm actually going to play Tristani here, because this can't be countered by Negate, which could be the counterspell they've been holding up. Because ideally, I'd like to make them tap 3 lands to counter here. It's also possible that playing the Tristani is wrong, because they need a sweeper to kill Carnage Tyrant. Wow, no draw spell. Wild. It's just like sweep the board plus hold a counterspell up. Star of Extinction. Woof. Woof. That's rough. I should have played the flower first, right? Because if she finds Big Dumb Dino, I then can't cast it next turn. She found 4 lands. It doesn't matter. The natural enemy of the dinosaurs. The 20 damage meteorite.
Right on schedule.
Alright, we might be in trouble. I think we're probably just dead at this point. Yeah, so this is one of the most important things you can learn as a new player, is that the control decks feel frustrating to play against, because when the control deck wins the game, your health total isn't at 0. So like my opponents, what's going to happen between that counterspell and the end of the game is a formality at that point. I feel like we're very unlikely to win that game, and I could just sit there and spin my tires while they dirtle around and draw cards. But remember, control players like dirtling around and drawing cards. Giving them the satisfaction of doing that is just giving them what they want. Value your time, jump into another match, and move along. I'm going to put a 4th Big Dumb Dino in my sideboard and jump into another match here. I think this archetype just really can't be built in a way to be super competitive against Jeskai control. I feel like these mid-range decks that don't have discard spells or counter spells just kind of get devoured by the Jeskai control archetype. Maybe a Danto Vanguard in my sideboard. Maybe it's trying to go under them is the right way to approach it. That could be something that I try. Just like max Carnage Tyrants and then like play 4 Adantos. Just like try and curve out like a Danto history and just like pressure them. Yeah, Vanguard's probably the best bet, but I think even with Vanguard, we're probably a huge dog. Man, it's 10:30. Am I too much of a fat person if I eat another meal at 10:30? Will chat think less of me if I eat my 4th meal for the day on stream? I definitely have half a bowl of Chipotle sitting in the fridge. See what I mean? Adding more tyrants is always the solution. Would you put something like this back in the cube with a small black splash for fine finality? Yeah, something like that would probably be fine, Pikes. Drawing a 3-drop there is great. Yeah, send me the list over, Pikes. All right, I'm going to get the rest of my Chipotle. I'll be right back. And just so we're clear and we're adhering to FCC guidelines, this stream is in no way sponsored or endorsed by Chipotle, but Chipotle, if you're out there, for the love of God, it certainly could be. Hook me up. Tilt. Chipotle, so as a Magic player, you should be able to appreciate value. Chipotle is just good, clean value. It's not like the best food you're ever going to eat, but the money in to quality of food ratio out is excellent. Chipotle is great for birthing pod players, right? Taco Bell's good too. I also like me some T-Bell. Just gonna do that. Bumping the Angel costs 6, not 5. My normal Chipotle order, brown rice, fajita veggies, mild salsa, corn salsa, extra corn salsa, cheese, extra cheese, guac, extra cheese on top of the guac. No, you can put a little bit more cheese on than that. That's good. Thank you. Arc of Oraza might be okay. I can see that being fine. Listen, as an American, I appreciate good cheese, okay? Cheese is great. Cheese is truly wonderful. Listen, I'm not totally fat. I'm only mostly fat, chat. This isn't a new bowl of Chipotle. When I got Chipotle earlier tonight, I ate half of it, and I put the other half in the fridge for later. I'm aware I missed a point of damage that this resolves, okay? I blame my Chipotle. I blame my Chipotle. Look at that. It got counterspelled, no harm, no foul. So I'm going to intentionally hold my land here, and the reason for that is they could have another Nicol Bolas. If they have another Nicol Bolas, I don't want to discard my Carnage Tyrant. So Vivien will likely be able to find me a 6th land if they have another Nicol Bolas. Just the smartest, thinnest Magic the Gathering streamer on Twitch.
I've seen things that would break someone like you.
Huh. Do I what? It's probably just land Dino, right? I don't want to get cute here. They'll just like have a removal spell for Lyra, kill my Vivien, and then I'll never find a 6th land. Don't think smash, chat. Don't think smash.
Now we're getting scars are lessons written in skin.
The split cards are just one of the many things that makes this format really good. Man, I don't know. I feel like this deck was doing very similar things to the Naya deck we played before this one, but the red cards gave us more aggressive slant, which made us much better against the control decks. I feel like while this deck is likely very reasonable against, like, say, green-black and other mid-range decks, I feel like you're just always going to get devoured by things like Grixis and blue-black and Jeskai no matter what you do. These colors really don't have the tools to be successful against well-built control decks. Like, while Carnage Tyrant is kind of a slam dunk, it's not really against a well-built control deck. One of the reasons why this card isn't oppressive in this format is because the control decks, if they're designed well, have tools to be competitive against it. So, I don't know that I really have suggestions to make those matchups better. I think if you're, like, really in love with this archetype, it's fine, but honestly, if I had to pick a deck to have probably one of their best weekends at the Pro Tour this weekend, it's either Jeskai Control or the Drake's deck, and I don't think this is a place that I would want to be in a field full of Jeskai Control. Yeah, I agree. So my suggestion would be, if you're watching this green-white deck and you didn't watch the Naya deck before this, and you want to work on this archetype, I would recommend checking out this Naya video on my YouTube channel later tonight after it gets posted. What do we do next? Speaking of control decks, we've got Esper Control coming up next year. Let's go ahead and load that up here, shall we?